Hey guys, it's Greg with By the Bootstraps, btbootstraps.com. Just got done listening to the President's Oval Office address to the nation regarding the border security. You know, on this channel, we don't really talk about political things. I mean, we do mention things from time to time where we discuss topics that are political or can be conceived as political, but not because we're trying to make a point or not because we're trying to say one side is better than another side or anything of that nature. But listening to the president tonight, you know, during this government shutdown, I took a couple notes on what he said, and I'm actually going to make this a political video. So if you don't want to hear that, please go ahead and turn it off. But for those who want to stick around, first of all, comment below, let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, subscribe, okay? So the president talked from the Oval Office tonight, his first Oval Office address, about the border crisis down at the southern border. It's the reason why we're in a government shutdown. It's because of border security. You know, can you please make him stop? And one of the things that he is discussing is the lack of security and the fact that there is a party in America, the Democrat Party primarily, who continue to refuse to provide border security for America. All right. They continue to allow illegal aliens come into our country with the burden and the expense that cost us as a nation. And yet these people want to sit on a high horse and say that it's not an issue, that it's not a problem. You know, the arrogance of these individuals, who these same individuals just no more than 5 years ago and less were saying that we needed border security, that it was a priority for America, that it was something that we absolutely needed to have. And I know this because I've been paying attention to, you know, things political in nature for quite a long time, actually, since about 2001 or so, when I joined the service. I really started paying attention to what was going on, being in the service and knowing the kind of things that we were dealing with at the time, and you know, just continuing from that point, just taking kind of a, not so much like an activist approach. I don't want to be an activist. I just want to observe and pay attention and be informed to the best of my ability. That doesn't mean I know all the answers. No way. And it doesn't mean that I know, you know, like, well, I'm not going to say that either party, either side is altruistic and that one is better than the other. You know, I have a leaning towards a party, and it's not so much Republican as it is more so a libertarian conservative. I'm conservative fiscally, libertarian when it comes to social issues. You know, there's so many things that I don't want to be told what to do, and I don't think the government should be telling us what to do. So when I say that, you know, we make a video that's going to be political in nature, that's kind of where we're coming from, okay? Now, the president made some points here that I just wanted to point out. He mentioned, you know, the atrocities going down the border. And I've known for a long time that, yeah, there are some serious issues going on at the border between drug trafficking, sex trafficking, murders, rapes, things that, you know, all kind of horrendous crimes are happening at the border. And these people who get caught are deported back to their countries. You know, if they get convicted criminally here in America, their sentences are not as strong or as severe. You know, they might be sentenced, but yet a couple years later, they're released back to their country of origins, all right, deported. But because our border is so open and so unrestricted, they essentially waltz back into the country, and we do nothing productive to stop this, okay? I don't see what is so wrong about demanding a physical border. You know, I'm not going to be so naive to sit here and say that that's going to be the one thing that stops all crime. It's not going to happen. All right, it doesn't matter if we built a border or not. All right, you're still going to get illegal drugs. You're still going to get illegals coming into the country by some shape or form. However, what it would do is show a force of presence, create a barrier, create an obstacle, and would allow some resistance to that. All right, it would greatly reduce the overall numbers. Okay, it's not going to stop all of it, but it would reduce quite a bit of it. And that's essentially what we want to do, is reduce a lot of it. But we could do some other things. We could use technology in our favor, such as drones, such as infrared sensors, such as devices that were able to sense out weapons and things of that nature. And we could stop these people a lot more effectively and a lot more efficiently. And we do this at the behest of America. We do this to protect us. Okay, the president mentioned tonight that, what was it, 4,000 violent murders committed by illegal aliens, you know, to include police officers, to include, you know, family members, to include, you know, well, mainly innocent people. And that doesn't include like the illegal and illegal crimes that are committed because of gangs. Okay, I don't know if those numbers are counted or not. So these might be a little off, and if they are, I apologize. I'm just basing off what the president said, okay? But anyway, 4,000 violent murders, all right? 30,000 sex crimes. 30,000. That's a lot of innocent women and children, all right? For all those people screaming about Me Too and women's rights and all this stuff, that's something to take into consideration, guys. That's a lot. 20,000 children brought in at the border, you know. I saw this number, and the first thing that came to mind is, who's taking care of these children? All right, if they're brought here and there's no guardian or parent and they're separated from whoever brought them here, where do they go? Who's taking care of them? Who's paying for them? You know, we, America, we're paying for this, okay? The president is absolutely right to demand border security. All right, I did some quick calculations, and based on the 2017 census, all right, that I got these numbers from Google, at $500 billion for the illegal drugs that come into America, that roughly costs each taxpayer, or each person actually, not even taxpayer, just each person, $1,537.77 per American every year to take care of this. All right. Take the border that he wants to build at $5.7 billion. All right, I know that's a lot of money, but $5.7 billion. If you take that same number based off of the 2017 census, again, I got this number from Google, you're looking at $17.53 a person. All right, $17.53 a person could build the $5.7 billion border. All right, I think it ought to be more. Quite frankly, I think it ought to be triple that. I think we ought to make an impenetrable fortress on our southern border and make it as hard as possible to allow these people in. But we do that for the safety and security of American citizens. Okay, now here's one thing that really gets me though, all right? No sooner did the president, you know, make his speech, which I thought was pretty heartfelt, all right? I don't just, you know, believe everything he says, okay? I really don't. You know, but I don't believe any politician, regardless of who they are, because they lie. It's a no. I mean, it's the joke. A politician lies. It's like, okay, so what? You know, we know this. But this man took an oath to protect our country. All right, to protect our sovereignty. All right, that's his job. He's commander in chief. All right. He's entitled to do a lot more than what he's doing. I personally wish he would declare a national emergency and just build the damn wall. I really wish he would. I really wish he would shut down half the bases abroad, bring back our soldiers, line our soldiers against the border, build this damn wall, make it the most impenetrable fortress known to man, and then place these same soldiers brought back from abroad that we may or may not need. I mean, that's subjective to ideas. I would say possibly not. I mean, we could still keep people in strategic locations, but bring them back, line that border, and I would actually give them a shoot to kill order. I mean, I know that sounds harsh, and I know that a lot of people would disagree with me, but I would almost give them a shoot to kill order. I mean, if you want this stuff to stop, you got to give the people a reason to know that we're not playing around. You know, now granted, I don't want to see anyone die. All right, I don't want to see anyone lose their lives, but I would rather see an illegal alien who does not have the right to be in this country, who may or may not be coming here for nefarious reasons. I would rather see them die than to see an American citizen who did not ask for the treatment that we're seeing now. I mean, I don't. All right? I'm all for legal immigration. Please come. All right? You're more than welcome to come. You know, but do it the legal ways. You know, and I know I said this in another video, almost verbatim. You know, because my stance is going to be very consistent, unlike Democrats who say one thing and then turn around and do something else. No sooner did the president make his speech, did it not, you know, we were watching on MSNBC, the people at MSNBC, Chuck Todd, and I forget the guy who was doing the narrating immediately afterwards. It was a black gentleman, and I don't know his name, so I apologize. But he went to Chuck Todd, and Chuck Todd was just frantically looking for diversions and lies. You know, they were saying, oh, these numbers and statistics, there's the same thing that he said in 2006. There's nothing new to any of this. These statistics are the same, and they're horrible. What? Does it have to be worse? I mean, what's the threshold? I mean, if 999,000 people die in a year from illegal aliens, and you're only concerned about 1 million, is that extra 1,000 really going to make a big difference? I mean, when is enough enough? How bad does it have to be for these people to realize that this is a crisis? This truly is a crisis. You know, and for Nancy Pelosi and for Chuck Schumer to come out there and say the things that they said immediately afterwards, you freaking hypocrites. You know, Nancy Pelosi's house in San Francisco is a damn fortress. It's walled. She has security. She has cameras. She has a gated fence. Chuck Schumer's the same way. Maxine Waters the same way. Most of these politicians exactly the same way. They can live in gated communities and have walls around their homes. But not us. Our lives don't matter. Theirs do, apparently. You know? And then you have the arrogance of the Pope to make a comment today about how men should not be voting in their leaders because look what happens. We get people like Trump, and that walls walls separate people and they don't build up, but they tear down. That's very ironic from a man who sits in a walled city guarded by the Swiss Army. You know, I really don't want to hear anything from a man who has problems with his subjects molesting and raping little children. When you get that straight, you can come talk to us about what we should do, Your Holiness, you fuck. I get so sick and tired of this. How many people have to suffer? How many people have to die? How many people and how many lives have to be tragically destroyed? If this was anyone but Trump, these Democrat dickheads would be screaming up and down the hallways that we got to do something. You know, for years they've been saying that this is a problem. Now they have an opportunity to actually do something about it. I hope to God they do, because this is insane. So many other countries have walls and borders. It's so that they can protect the citizens within from the threats outside. It's so that they can make sure that the people that they want in their citizenship and their country reflect the morals and the values that they're looking for their country. Why should America be any different? We will gladly accept whoever, as long as you do it the legal way. Like I said, comment below and let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you like this. I promise not to do too many videos like this. This is just one of the things where it's like, you know, I have never seen an American president so scrutinized. I've never seen an American president so insulted. I've never seen, you know, an American president whose family was gone after in the way that Trump's family has been. I've never seen the level of disrespect that this man has received. You know, and I'm not going to sit there and say he doesn't deserve criticism, you know, because he certainly does. They all do. But the vitriol, the hatred, you know, the name calling at his supporters for having the audacity to believe in what he believes in, you know, I've never seen anything like this. I don't even recognize this America. This is frightening, and I'm literally taken away. Like I said, comment below and let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later.